There's like way too much stuff here. And then what I'll probably do is ask you guys what you guys think about some of these new guns. You guys could just...
All right, guys, just so everyone is clear, we are live.
Sweet.
So there's no Chris Bassett syndrome. All right. If Chris Bassett, if you're watching, miss you, buddy. All right, well, welcome to our live show on October 29th, 2013. I believe it is 4:29 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so we're starting a little bit early. That said, we've got some promos to talk about. I'm going to handle my papers like an actual news reporter. And
Serious business. Serious business.
Where's our weather editor, Ross? No, okay. All right, so first off, our 20 off daily coupon code, which is good for 20% off, is still available. So once again, you can use 20 off daily to get 20% off all products on airsoftgi.com, excluding some products. That said, we also have a variety of coupon codes for shipping based on what kind of shipping you would like to get, whether it's next day air, 2-day air, ground shipping. Daniel, you're a bit more familiar with those coupon codes,
yeah,
right?
there's like I think 4 different coupon codes where you can get like 50% off like second day air and 50% off a bunch of different shipping options. So check that out on our website. It's right at the front of the page just to make things easier and cheaper for you guys to get your stuff quicker too. So definitely check those out as well. And then we also have a couple cool mystery boxes coming up. So I will let Bob explain the first one and then I'll explain the second one.
Absolutely. Okay, so the first mystery box, which is going to go live, I believe that is tomorrow, October 30th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is the Too Cheap to Be True mystery box. Too cheap to be true. Now, what's great about this is that this mystery box is going for around $20, I think possibly $19.99. And there's a lot of different gear in there that is worth at least that much, if not more. For example, there's the Double Eagle M58B tactical shotgun that's worth $25. There's the Griffin 36-inch Airy rifle case that is, I believe, $25 as well. You've also got the Griffin Dragon Spine belt system and Griffin Golden chest rig together. That is worth at least $30. And then further on, we've got the Double Eagle multi-shot spring shotgun, and finally the pièce de résistance, as Germans say. That's actually French. Is the WE MSK gas blowback. Now, that is a really good gun. It's a very popular gun recently. If you want to get that, this Too Cheap to Be True mystery box would be the way to do it.
All right, so the second mystery box we have coming up, it's going to be happening this Friday, November 1st, and it's actually something we haven't done in quite some time. It's going to be a Boneyard mystery box. So I don't have an exact time for when it's going to be released yet, so stay tuned to our website and all our social media sites, but it's going to be priced around $50, and you're pretty much guaranteed to get parts that are well worth $50 or more. And so it's going to be parts, it could be full-on guns that are not functional, maybe missing some few parts. So our Boneyard is something that's extremely popular at our walk-in store sales. If you guys are not familiar, they're guns that are just not working properly or parts that you can put together, Frankenstein stuff. So this is great for the people that love teching, that want to try to make your own gun. I built a few Frankenstein guns on my own, which is a lot of fun. Or if you want to learn how to tech, this is one of the best opportunities because you can get a gun, take it apart, find out how gearbox works, see all the different components. So it's just a really nice opportunity for multiple reasons of if you need parts or if you want to build something different or if you want to learn more about the mechanics of an airsoft gun. Knowing how to tech is a very, very valuable skill, especially if you've been playing airsoft for a while. Just be careful because then all your friends will be like, oh, work on my gun too. So that's something that's always fun. So that's happening on Friday, November 1st as well.
Yes, that is a common thread. Once someone learns how to tech in a team, everyone and their mother comes to them with teching requests. But yes, as Daniel said, this is a really good way to get into teching. Honestly, like people have been asking for us to do a Boneyard mystery box for quite a while because not everyone can come down to our West Coast or East Coast walk-in store to take part in our Boneyard. And like Daniel said, I mean, you've seen it. There are some just golden eggs out there. I remember seeing a dad and his 2 sons come out, and they're like, yeah, we just got this saw. There was just a fuse missing. So we replaced it, and we got a saw. The Boneyard's amazing.
Great. Well, I remember one of my favorite stories about Boneyard is before I actually even started working for Airsoft GI, I've always been a fan and a customer. This was probably like 4 years ago or so. But I was at the Boneyard and I saw it was a CM028. It's a AK-47, plastic, or not plastic, but polymer body with all metal internals. And I go up and I actually got it from Xavier, which was funny because he was there at the time, and it said $28. I was like, okay, $28, and I've never had an AK before, so I wanted to learn how to work on an AK. So I was like, okay, let me get this AK, and I'll take it apart. And I plug in the battery, and it worked 100% fine. What was wrong with it was the selector was missing on the side. So I found a selector for super cheap, and I actually never took it apart because it was a perfectly working AK. So
Good to go.
that was just my great experience with it too. But otherwise, boneyards are great opportunities to get some good deals too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you ever see a boneyard sale at one of our walk-in stores, make sure to get there because you'll generally find stuff that you'll either have a fun time using or at least find a way to use on any of your airsoft guns. All right, next up, we've got a game on the East Coast that's being thrown by GI Tactical that is called Operation Reclamation. Now, there are two forces. There is, I believe, the British Reclamation Force led by Ed Gaddy, our GI Tactical employee on the East Coast, and I believe the Americans is led by
I believe. I'm sorry, Jay, right? Or Chaos. I'm sorry, Chaos. That's the name that we
his
have.
name is General Chaos.
General Chaos, I believe it is.
General Disarray. Any South Park fans?
South Park, nice.
No? All right.
But that's going to be a really fun game that's happening pretty soon. If you guys are on the East Coast, sign up for that actually extremely quick. We've had signups on our website for the last week, like half week or so, and I know that the BRF team is already like halfway sold out. There is a cap. It's going to be 40 on 40. The game event is going to be happening at X Zone in Chesterfield, which is pretty close to the GI Tactical store. You guys can sign up online, or you guys can go to the GI Tactical store and sign up there. If you guys haven't been there, a lot of great guns and tack gear, a bunch of cool stuff as well. So if you guys are on the East Coast, definitely sign up for that game, and don't wait too much longer as well.
Awesome. Yeah, our East Coast employees are pretty amazing gentlemen. I wish I had more time to hang out airsoft with them last time I was there. But generally, all around, great guys to hang out with, great folks to at least play airsoft with from the little footage I have seen. I would like to actually send a shout out to, I believe it's Pavel Oti from the Czech Republic. Hello, Czech Republic. Wait, Daniel. Hi, Czech Republic. Okay. That said, like Daniel said, make sure to sign up for Operation Reclamation. If you know it's a game you want to go to, get on that as soon as possible before the tickets are gone forever. They are very affordable at just $15 a piece. All right. Now, I actually want to throw a quick shout out to Airsoft Delta Squad 100. Thanks for calling in on the customer service line, guys. I appreciate it every time, and good luck on that YouTube channel. Next up, we have an actual special giveaway that is being sponsored by Warfighter Airsoft. Now, Warfighter Airsoft is going to have a giveaway that's going to give out a shopping spree to 3 lucky United States Armed Forces veterans. Now, you're going to get a $150 shopping spree at Airsoft GI, which is going to take place on November 2nd, followed up with a lunch or dinner or just dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings, probably one of my favorite restaurants. It's delicious. That said, if you want to enter into this contest, you can simply email your driver's license and military ID or your DD-214 to show proof of military service, as well as the best phone number to contact you. You can email all of that stuff to warfighterAirsoft2012@gmail.com. Once again, that is
warfighterAirsoft2012@gmail.com.
Forgive me, it's a phone call I have to take.
Okay, so the contest entry is going to end Wednesday, October 30th at 1200 hours. So winners will be announced about an hour later. So if you guys are not familiar with Warfighter Airsoft, they do a lot of great stuff for vets and Airsoft. Chris Bass was at the Bob training camp game that we had last Saturday. I now call him Commander Chris because there was a funny moment where he was doing a great job helping out the newer players and leading everyone else, and he borrowed my TM 1911, and he was in the back at one point, and he had this pistol out, and he's like shooting at guys over here, and he's like commanding guys. It was a really funny moment, so I call him Commander Chris now. So moving on, we do have a product review giveaway that we are doing for This gun. This is an AGM Stubby M4, a great CQB compact gun. It is an all-metal gun. This gun also has probably one of my favorite stocks. This is a 416 stock, where it's small, compact, but still has a lot of room to hold a battery. So the way you can win this is actually completely free. What you do is write and submit a product review on Airsoft, our Airsoft GITV blog, and these are the requirements. Once you write the review, we're going to go through them, and then you're automatically entered in a chance to win this gun. So the review itself has to be 50 characters minimum for the product information field. It needs to be 30 characters minimum for the pros field and 30 characters minimum for the con, so pro and con section. And so we really want your guys' input on the products that you guys are talking about. So it can be any product that you guys have purchased from us, but we just want your honest feedback. So to help encourage that, we are going to be giving this gun away. So if you guys have a little bit of time and you like some of the products that you guys have gotten from us or just have feedback, definitely go to our GITV blog and do a review. And multiple reviews also means multiple entries. So if you want to do 2 reviews, 3 reviews, or sit there for hours and do lots of reviews and have more chances to win the gun, that's completely fine. The deadline for this review entry is going to be November 18th, 2013. So this is going to be going on for the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. So that's something else that we have going on that is pretty cool. Okay, so moving on, we have a lot of new cool products. Some of them are already in, some of them are coming up in the near future. But I want to start off with one of my favorites. If you wouldn't mind passing me the SR25. Actually, it's this one right here. My apologies. This is something that we're hopefully going to get in the very near future. This is the Ares SR25. So this is a really cool gun with a lot of nice features. It is going to be a replica of a 7.62. There goes the train in the back. And this one does have a crane stock in the back for your battery, but one of the things that I like that Ares has is it does have a electronic control unit and a micro switch. So those are some nice technologies that Ares has included in some of their guns that are, for example, the micro switch, instead of having trigger switches that slide together, it's actually a switch. So it's a very definitive trigger bolt that makes the shooting experience very snappy and really nice as well. This also has fully ambidextrous controls. For example, you have the bolt that's going to lock back. You have the standard bolt release on the left side, but on the right side you also have the right side bolt release is there, and then you also have the magazine release on all sides. This one does go on semi and full auto, so this is actually a really cool gun that's coming out. I believe we do have it up on our website for pre-order right now. I believe it goes for $4.99 for pre-order. So the next one, oh god, scared the crap out of me. The next one that we have coming up is also an Ares sniper DMR type setup. This is the M110. So before I run out of breath, Bob, do you want to take over?
Yes. Now, there's a lot of cool products that come out of Ares, and I gotta say, I'm really excited about this one in particular, just for the fact that obviously we just got back from Irene. Josh was doing not necessarily a DMR role, but a sniper role. This would be a pretty good platform to capitalize on that setup. And honestly, I like the fact that it has the heavier magazine for it. It's not just a 223 style magazine. So that is pretty awesome. And honestly, just right out of the box, it looks like a really cool setup. So the only thing I was curious about that I didn't know anything about is this thing right here. This is, I believe, the lock setup, so you can adjust, I guess, the MOSFET in this gun, or do you know anything about this?
Actually, I'm not familiar with that feature. I'm not too sure what that
is. Yeah, I saw Mark playing with this, so I was really curious to find out more, because I know he was adjusting. He was changing it from firing like semi and full auto to semi and 3-shot burst. So hopefully we'll learn more about that in the days to come.
That's actually the control unit thing.
That's right. Yeah, I just saw
in just a second.
Okay.
So this gun also does have a lot of the features that I mentioned with this one, of the micro switch and the electronic control unit. Also ambidextrous controls as well too. Just so you guys know, these guns do not come with these scopes, but actually the scope right here, this is a Lancer tactical scope that we just got in. I'll talk about that one in a second. So now we're getting both those guns in. I believe the M110 is going to be going for $4.99 for pre-order as well. The other item that we're going to go get in really soon too, that is actually going to work with these products, is this guy. What this is this is a programmable unit for the XM110 and the SR25. And so the way this works is you can actually program that control unit in these guns to change the function of how it shoots on semi or full auto. So you actually plug the battery in on one side and the gun to the other side, and then if you guys can see, you have different settings. So you can actually set it for safe semi full auto, safe semi 3-round burst, 3-round burst auto, or semi if you wanted it to be the DMR type setup. You can also set it to be a nickel metal hydro or a 7.4 lipo or an 11.1 lipo as well too. So this is actually something that we're also getting in pretty soon. This is a really cool feature that you don't have to do anything super tricky to change the function on the gun. So I like that a lot from Ares. I think that's extremely well thought out, and I'm actually excited to see all this come out in the near future.
Not to interrupt your flow, Daniel, but it looks like we're getting some people commenting in German. I believe that's German.
That's cool.
It's Highwire31, so I'm going to send a special shout out, and please forgive the awful pronunciation, but Ich bin eine Furzmaschine. That means I'm a fart machine.
Oh.
Yes, and you can attest to that. Yes. Yeah, well, I took care of most of it before we got in here. All right, so now what other guns? Oh, we haven't gone over that yet? Oh,
no.
Awesome. All right.
Well, I'm just going down the list.
Excellent. So recently this week, actually, take it back, at the end of last week on Friday, we just put these new G&G Combat Machine Mark 18. I believe this is the Mod 1, and then we had a Mod 2. Two different Mark 18s from G&G in the Combat Machine lineup. This is a really cool setup, in my opinion, because it's so affordable, and there we go. It's so affordable, but it comes with a Mark 18 style build. You also get a polymer style magazine, a P-Mag style magazine. You get flip up front and rear and adjustable iron sights. You also get 4 ladder rail covers that go on the polymer Riz unit, and that not only makes the gun more comfortable, but it also makes it look cooler. And the fact that it's polymer makes it lighter, which is easier to carry around. Anyway, very affordable gun. This is probably one of the guns I'm most excited about, even though it's not like a crazy expensive gun. It's just such a great deal and looks so cool for the price. Daniel.
Combat machines are definitely one of my favorite series. Working at the store is probably one of the most common guns that we work with. The base combat machine polymer Raiders that go for $150 is a very hot seller online and in the store. And I know one thing that people don't like too much is that triangle front sight, because that's always built into those. So one thing that I like about this one is that it is a free float polymer rail system that keeps it lightweight, plenty of room for your accessories, but you have now the flip up and down iron sights. This replica EOTech is not included, of course, but it's nice to see them do a very affordable, modernized version of the M4 too. So I think these are actually going to be very popular for the holiday season. So I also like the two-tone black tan look, because they have the black version and the all tan, but the mix is kind of cool. It looks very unique, and I think this goes kind of like attention to detail, but I mean they actually mix match the butt pad too, so that looks kind of cool too. There's another version of that where it kind of reverses the black and tan.
Black receiver, tan ladder rail covers,
yes.
Tan stock, and all that. So I think it's cool that they actually didn't put out a single color version of the gun. They were just two-tone guns.
Yes.
So and that's what a lot of people are looking for right now. So.
Yeah. And I do like this mag too. I haven't seen this mag before from G&G, so it's kind of a cool mid cap that I like. And I also like that it has the plunger that will shoot all of your BBs, so you don't have those 4 that drop out as well too. So if we didn't already say, this goes for $190 on our website. I believe it is up on our website, but I don't think they're lasting that long. They're actually selling pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, the other the black receiver version sold out on Friday, and I believe this may be one of the last ones we have in stock until our next order comes in.
Yeah, but we should be getting more in soon. So if you guys do want
actually.
more, we're going to be getting more in very soon. Oh, the other cool thing, because I believe we did just do, or you just did a review on this gun in more detail, correct?
Yeah, a little bit more detail. We're also going to have a video coming out on the internals of that combat machine, that specific combat machine. One other thing to mention, which I'm not sure if you did while I was out, but that this front flash hider. I was going to mention. No.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
This front flash hider actually G&G put on here is actually designed to work with their G&G barrel extensions. They're actually called Mark 16 barrel extensions. They're made for SCAR-style airsoft guns, but they actually fit on here. So it's very affordable, because you can buy the barrel extension by itself for like $40, or you can get it with, you know, the flash hider that looks like this anyway for $60. So very affordable, and honestly, like, once we put it on, it looks awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, either the tan one or the black one. I think Daniel's right. The black one would look better on this because of the two-tone look. But yeah, really great deal, and I'm really glad that G&G went through all that and then put the flash hider on the front there.
There you go.
Nice.
This other gun, well, I'll talk about really quickly if you wouldn't mind passing me the Classic Army. So we were talking about this gun last week. I did a gameplay review type video. We also did a takedown of the internals. And the reason why we're talking about this gun, if you guys were not with us last week, is because Classic Army recently redid a lot of the internals to reinforce a lot of the parts to make the gun just work better and last longer. So one of the new developments about this gun is it now comes with a free mock suppressor. It's actually not this one. We actually have
a different one. That's right.
Yeah, this is the Quicksilver, I believe, by Mad Bull. But the gun actually now comes with a free mock suppressor for the same price. I believe it was $185, which did include the gun, the magazine, battery charger, and now the mock suppressor and a vertical grip. Doesn't come with all these crazy accessories that you guys see here. We were kind of having some fun with it.
Yeah, I just want to trick it out.
Yeah, but if you guys were looking at that gun last week, that's something we just got in from Classic Army, that we got those mock suppressors that we can add into the package for free, which was kind of a nice update as well too. Otherwise, this is cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised by the Classic Army M15A4. I mean, it's been a while since they've come out with a lot of different new things, but they put the extra work into the gearbox, and it shows. So I think that's really good that they put that out in the market.
Definitely. Speaking of upgrading internals, I believe Darren was just telling us that this gun also just got some revamped parts as well. If you guys have seen our new products page, this is a new JG M4, I believe, enhanced version, and I believe the old ones had 7mm bushings. I'm being told now that these are coming with 8mm ball bearings, which is another nice touch for the reliability and performance of the gun. Ball bearings will generally increase your rate of fire a little bit more and will also increase the reliability. So that's just one of the parts that I believe JG upgraded. But we now have some more tan JG M4s on our website, and that's just nice to see the color difference. I think tan is definitely very popular all across the board.
Definitely.
Bob, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm pretty excited about this. Probably not as much as I was about the Combat Machine Mark 18, just because I've honestly been wanting a Mark 18 for a while. But right off the bat, actually, my first thoughts on this were I actually kind of like that they have just a black rail system, and they have a black top rail, because I mean it's still kind of two-tone because you have some black parts further back. So overall, I like the look of the gun. I definitely want to fire it just to get my thoughts on it right there. But I do know this is very affordable for folks that are getting into airsoft. So for that by itself, that's pretty good. The gun seems actually pretty solid considering it is an M4. And, sometimes they aren't as solid as other models like the AK. But yeah, pretty overall. It's actually even not that heavy at all. That's pretty sweet. So do you know the price point on this?
This particular model goes for $160.
Okay.
Which is definitely a great bargain for an all-metal gearbox with reinforced internals, all-metal rail system as well too.
That's right.
So, the other thing that I like too is I know some of the older JGs didn't have it, but the sling adapter point on the other side, that's something that you see a little bit more common today for those one-point slings, stuff like that. So that just makes it easier. You also have the sling point on the front too.
Absolutely.
So I like that touch as well.
Very cool. Want to send out a shout out to Wark Hammer, who is watching us from France. Comment ça va aujourd'hui? How are you doing today?
German instead of French this time?
What's that?
Was that German instead of French this time?
That was German instead of French, which means it's. I'm gonna stop.
All right. So
good cow.
I think we can address I'm a cat guy's question, and his question was, Bob, how was the Rebel? Okay, how was the Rebel training camp, which can go into?
I'm a car guy.
I'm a car guy. His question was, how was the Rebel training camp? And then we can now bring in our special guests, who were part of the Rebel training camp.
You already do the product giveaway?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
I got that.
All right, so today we do have some special guests. They're two members of Team Therapists.
You guys want to jump in the middle?
And they will be here momentarily.
So we here further?
Yeah, Bob, if you can scoot everybody just a bit.
No problem.
Sit in the back.
Yeah, I'll just stagger a little bit.
Sit next to Bob.
Oh, Russian. Здравствуйте, товарищ. Oh wait, that was the guy who was speaking German earlier. That's crazy. All right. So you're taller than him. Okay, so
Sit in the back.
No. It's fine. Stay there.
The slaps.
You're pretty. Okay, so we've got 2 members of Team Therapists here, of which quite a few members of the team were out at Bob the Axeman's Rebel Training Camp. So we're just saying the third person. Now, this gentleman here is called Nips. This gentleman here is called Chippendales. Why don't you at least give your real names to our audience?
Danny.
Ryan.
Excellent. We won't need those for the rest of the show. I'd actually like to hear what the backstory is behind Nips and then Chippendales.
Nips was
Put him on the spot.
the last time we were at the live show. I
That's
was
right.
sitting in the back, and you guys voted for it. So I guess I should say thank you.
You're welcome. Awkward silence. All right,
Yeah.
moving on.
So where that actually came from was
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that, too.
Were we at Insight?
Yeah.
We were out at Insight. We were out at Insight, and for the last 3 games before we went there, every single time he got shot in his nipple. Every single time. And the last time we went to Insight, he got shot
the
twice.
Chris Vector had just come out.
Yeah.
It has a 2-round burst.
Both of those.
Hit the same spot.
Oh, so it wasn't like left then right?
No, it was same spot.
Like
So
left.
spot.
Wow.
So me flinching in pain moved into the other BB and got hit in the same spot.
Wow.
And then a 2.5-hour car ride home where I had to put the seatbelt over it.
Oh.
And you have Mongo on the front seat.
Who's going to play with you?
And of course, everybody
curious
else was moving the
fingers.
seatbelt back and pulling down as fast as we could. So
While I'm driving. So how
Wow.
we're still here, I have no idea.
Yeah, that sounds playfully dangerous, yet at the same time kind of funny. Now, we still haven't discovered why you have the name Chippendales.
Oh, okay. So it's not as bad as you think.
He's a dancer.
Let's start off with that. So the first time I went out to a team therapist game, was just like, all right, well, why not? It's hot out. Last time I was out playing Airsoft, I got way too hot. So it's not too bad. I'll play without a shirt, see how that goes. So played without a shirt, and I ran up behind Mongo's whole team. So a little bit of backstory on the game. It was Nightmare Before Christmas themed game. Nightmare Before Christmas themed game. So it was all the characters of Halloween. We had Oogie Boogie out there. We had Jack Skellington, had Sally, and on the Christmas side we had Grinch, Santa Claus, and Mrs. Claus. So I was on Oogie Boogie's side because, hey, I'm going out without a shirt. I'm going to get shot up, bleeding everywhere. It's going to be all spooky.
Mm-hmm.
All right, whatever. I'll choose that side. So I went around and I flanked Mongo's whole team, which was he was Santa. I went around.
I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it if you know Mongo, then you'll see it. I was hiding in one of the bushes, going around the top. It was the Halloween team was trying to come up one side of the hill. The Christmas team was trying to come up the other side, and I gone around behind Mongo's team. I was hiding there, waiting in the bushes. Everybody passed me. Came out. I'm sitting there. This is my first game, mind you. So I'm not sitting there all tacked out. I don't have 14 mags with me. I went out there with a KJW high kappa and 50 round mag. So their whole team walks by, and I'm sitting here with a high kappa pistol, like, you know what? All right, I got this. We'll see how many we go. I jump out of the bushes, and my adrenaline's going. I'm spooked. I don't know how shot up I'm gonna get. So I just take off sprinting. First guy, tap him on the shoulder, and I just start shooting left and right after that. I've got it on GoPro somewhere. Slides up my head. I get a bunch of people, reach the top of the mountain, scream out in joy, and look back. I get blown up because Mongo was the team sponsor. Everybody just tapped him back in, and I got lit up. But our guy looks and is like, "What is Chippendale doing way up there?" That was it. That was where that came from.
Just one awkward comment,
Yep.
and just forevermore.
Oh, like Fastbender from DevTech.
I feel bad about that because I can tell he obviously didn't like that name, but it was just so fun to say, like, Fassbender. So, but yeah, he really didn't like that name.
I really like this comment right here. Would you buy my beard? No.
Oh man, why can't I remove these things, Daniel?
Admin or something?
I don't know. Why can't I do that?
All right, well, moving on. I'm glad you guys at least have a story behind your names, and I'm glad I was there for at least the voting aspect of choosing Nips.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're very pleased with that.
Was either that or what? Chipotle? Or what was the
No,
other
it
one?
was Nipotle.
Chipotle.
Nipotle, because Nipotle.
And he always brought burritos out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
It was one
Yeah.
time. I'm sorry, who almost passed out that game?
Which one?
Black Shield 2?
Was that me?
Okay. All right. Well, do you guys have any games coming up for the latter half of this year, or the latter little bit of this year?
Next, 2 weeks, November 9th is our zombie game,
Mhm.
and it's going to be a Saturday night, and then the following day will be our Thanksgiving Day game.
Oh, cool.
So it's 2 games, and then December is when we have our big Christmas game too. So we have 3 games coming up.
So not much going on then.
No,
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Never.
if folks wanted to sign up for these games, how would they do that?
The Thanksgiving game and the Christmas Day game are all general admission games. So
Mhm.
they would just go to Mr. Paintball, pay the $20, and they're in it.
Good to go.
But the zombie game is a pre-register game that we are doing with Airsoft Extreme in San Diego.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Definitely want to get down there more, and at least play with you guys. I haven't actually been able to play anything on your home field. I know Tim went down there a long time ago to play with you guys,
Yeah.
Airsoft, as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. Have you guys ever, besides Tim versus Bob 5, have you guys ever made a trip up to NorCal for other Airsoft games?
How far up north?
Well, NorCal.
We played Insight, we played Tech City, we played
All those are down in SoCal.
NorCal, we
North
played
of us.
CQB City, we played Game Pod,
Mhm.
and that was it. And that
Okay.
was for Tim versus Bob 5. We took a weekend trip.
And yeah, Game Pod was 10 hours of driving north.
11
11.
Yeah, because you got to go up to Stockton, and oh wow.
So we don't.
in a white van with Mongo
Just
in,
right.
in overalls
Just right
that he
free
wore
candy
all
on the
weekend.
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Nothing could be more delicious than that. All right, so that said, are there any, I guess, products in particular that you guys are looking forward to coming out, or stuff that you guys want?
I was playing with that combat machine earlier. The second it got passed off, you guys couldn't see it, but I was sitting there messing with it. Yeah.
Just put it back in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold this the rest of the cast. One thing I gotta say that you can't see just from being over there. I really like the weight of it. It's light, but it doesn't feel cheap. It definitely feels pretty strong. I would like to. I'm doing like a whole review thing. I can't say
he
too
just
much
wants
about
to
it.
shoot it.
Yeah, I haven't shot it yet, so I mean, it looks like it could be a lot of fun, but I can't say that from.
I really
I'm
like
just
this
holding it.
though. The follower.
The nib follower? I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
I was waiting the whole time.
Awesome.
Just
I'm gonna have to sit
push
off
it back
to the
in.
side
Push
right
it
now.
back in. Okay.
What about this talk we had of what we can't say on this show?
Oh, stop it. You guys already violated 7 different provisions. It's fine.
Way past that.
Yeah. I can't answer that question. You guys.
I just saw nipples. That's hard
Yeah,
as diamonds.
that's
I want to see
what I
that
was
one.
looking at, yeah. Jorge Granados, I would like to come back and play at Arizona. Hopefully, in the near future, I'll be able to visit VIP or Fort Adobe again.
I'm assuming Photo Girl is your girlfriend.
Probably.
Photo Girl. Hello,
Actually-
Photo Girl.
I think we also wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think of the Bob training camp game? We were all there, and I had a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I had some really good stories. Man, some of those kids out there were epic.
I was actually surprised at how good a lot of these kids that came out to be trained did. Like, I mean, there was one 15, 16-year-old girl who was holding a corner with just a SIG 226 and 2 extra mags,
Mhm.
and everyone around her was getting shot. She was just fine. But I was like, damn, like I went up there and I got shot. So I don't know. I was very surprised. But how did you guys do? I mean, you obviously didn't make it out there.
Unfortunately, I didn't make it, yeah.
Probably for the best, considering you guys were in a very small car. And
Yeah, Gibby's death trap.
yeah,
Oh, no, it was Mongo's Challenger, which is even
yes,
smaller.
yes. And with all of you guys in there, I'm sure it must
Bear
have been
took up the
fun.
whole back seat by himself.
Yeah.
Just like wedged in there,
Did anyone fart at all on the trip?
of course.
Yeah. It's a stupid question.
I think we had Carl's Jr. before we played, so it wasn't that good.
Wow. Okay. Well, what was your guys? What was your? Well, I guess not your guys, but your
Yeah,
opinion on the event.
I had
since
a
you were
great time. When we play in San Diego, it's more of a like 18 to like 50. It's a wider range.
there. Mhm.
And when we went up to the Tim versus Bob game, it was actually pretty fun because there's a lot of kids. You know, they're falling. We got used as body shields a lot.
Oh yeah.
We were running around. There'd be 3 or 4 little kids behind us trying to hide behind us.
Yeah. No, definitely. I can see it happening.
It was a great time.
You guys are essentially a tank for those infantry to walk behind. So
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I didn't notice this until Mongo had told me after the fact, or David Springborn, that I would stand up to give orders to the rest of my child army, and someone on the enemy team would every now and again stand up and get ready to shoot me. And there's this 10-year-old kid
Mhm.
who was just watching me like a hawk. Every time I stood up and someone was going to shoot me, he would just lean out and be like, and just
Yeah,
get
it
that
was,
kid.
one of the kids from the Echo One sale that we were talking
Yes,
to.
yes.
2 little kids and his dad.
hmm
So it was. We were surprised to see them. A lot of the kids that we saw from the Echo One sale, that did our raffle,
Mhm.
and we're shopping around. We saw out there.
That's cool. Yes.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say thanks to you guys again. I know that I had a great time and just talking to a lot of the players out there. I know they had a good time too. And when I was talking about it last week, we had Jet and Bobby, the commanders, but I know you guys were helping out as almost like the lieutenants for the teams as well, of helping these newer players and giving them advice. And and so I think you guys, your guys' presence and the fact that you guys are out there helping the newer players was really, really great and added to the experience so that the newer players and the younger players had a good time. And kind of directing them, okay, hey, let's not do that. Don't follow somebody that just got shot. Let's find a new angle, stuff like that, and don't be afraid. And so I think it was just a good collaboration. So I just want to thank you guys again for coming out.
It was
really
it was
time.
a good time.
Man, some of these
We
people
didn't
on the
get too-
internet are heartless. Continue.
I just see nipples and
I saw Bob Smiles.
yeah, I see nipples again.
No, I saw Bob likes butts, Bob likes butts, Bob likes butts, and then a little bit later, Bob likes butts, Bob likes butts.
Like he was
Question mark?
confused. He was
Bob likes
confused
butts?
afterwards. Like, I wasn't too sure.
I actually would like to take a moment to recognize you guys for Airsoft Battlefield heroism. In the end of the first game, we got to the 2-minute mark. Well, actually, it didn't completely revolve around you, but get out of here. No, you're fine. At the end of the first game, we basically had 2 minutes left to capture this down pilot, and Daniel was leading attack on the right flank, I was leading attack on the left flank, and then you and I believe 2 other team therapists went straight up the center. Who was the person that actually rushed the pilot? Was that Bear?
That was Bear.
That was Bear. He got up there and somehow got in. I was watching him like, man, he did not get shot at all. I cannot believe that because I saw him going all by him, and then
He'll tell the story differently, but I think he fell into that hole.
it looked like it was a fall, a controlled fall. Yeah.
I wouldn't say controlled.
Yeah. Mildly. I mean, it's like when a
There was some style to it, but not controlled.
it's like when a glider is like, a gliding plane. It's not actually propelled, it's just kind of falling, but it's a controlled descent. Yeah,
But it still crashes at the
yeah,
end.
it still crashes at the end, yeah. Well, he got in there, and I remember he got the pilot, and then when he got out of the hole, he actually didn't he end up throwing
Yeah, he
it?
just flung it behind
Yeah.
him.
I remember I saw that because I was on the flank at that time, and by that time, I was looking towards the middle, but it was too late. But I remember seeing the pilot just go like, "Whoa!" and just like fly through the air. I was like, "Wow, that was a mighty throw."
Now, was it you or Mongo that actually caught it?
Not my idea.
Nice. Bear is actually in the chat right now. That's awesome. Thanks for showing up, Bear. Your timing was epic. Yeah. So wait, was it Mongo or you who actually caught it and took it back?
It was
on?
Mongo that
Okay.
caught it. I was the run up and get shot.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah.
did get up there and then promptly got shot. So
That was the plan. I ran up to get shot so he can run away.
totally the plan.
Mhm.
Totally.
That's what I'm thinking too.
But it worked pretty well. I was very surprised and honestly very pleased that both Daniel's and my diversion went well, and your guys' stunning charge straight through the center worked out just as well. So I'm really happy you guys came out as well. I mean, I know there are a lot of younger kids that.
That was the best part of it though.
Yeah,
Was being able to play with them.
absolutely.
Not a lot of them played like us. Run out and shoot people. They kind of sneak around.
Well, I mean,
But
it's
it's
sometimes, yeah, it can be a bit like herding cats, but they also, they need. There's only so much you can tell them as opposed to showing them.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
It was a different experience, but it was one that we definitely want to do again.
Absolutely. We're definitely looking at doing more Rebel training camps. Oh wow, Bear is calling.
He wanted us to
Do
make
you
you
want to
laugh
put him on
earlier.
speaker?
I
Sure.
think we want to put him on speaker.
All right.
Really? All right, fine.
Hey, Bear, you're on speaker.
Let them know we're live.
We're live, Bear.
He butt
There.
dialed you.
Bear, Bear, you there, Bear? Bear's not there. Bear butt dialed us.
Bear's talking to us on the stream, but he butt dialed us.
Maybe his butt can talk to us. Bob loves butts.
Seems like a
Common thing. All right. Shout out to Ironsight Airsoft from Belgium! Exclamation mark. Okay. Well, let's see. What other cool stuff to talk about?
I would actually like to talk about a couple of the games that were mentioned earlier. We didn't really go into them. Just
Do it
hey,
to
we've
it.
got games. Cool. So I'll be honest. Our zombie game, we've gone to quite a few zombie games. We've tried to take everything what we could, put them through, kind of figure out what we want to do with it, have different scenarios, that kind of thing. The problem is, San Diego isn't really a pre-register crowd, so unfortunately, if we don't pull the numbers that we want to for this event, we're going to have to cancel it. So if you guys are really looking forward to it, sorry to say if we can't pull the numbers. What?
Read in the comments, sorry.
We're not going to be able to do it. So don't be too hurt. We'll make sure to get everybody's money back to them if it doesn't actually run. Another thing about the Thanksgiving game, last year we had a fantastic Thanksgiving game. It went very, very well. Everybody wanted us to do the same thing again. So I dressed up as a turkey. I had a
Better not poke my face.
I had a knife duct taped to the side of my mask, and that was all wrapped up. Yes. So, and the rules were, you had to try and get your hand on the turkey and take the turkey to a boiling pot. And once the turkey was in the boiling pot, you had to hold them there. Once the turkey was cooked, you were set, and that was the game. The little twist we had with it, you always had to keep a hand on the turkey. If you didn't have a hand on the turkey, they could A, run away, which I was pretty good at a couple times, or B, hand gets taken off, I can peck kill you. So I racked up about 13 kills, just kind of maneuvering through, pecking people, and you can imagine the surprise on their face when their objective comes up behind them and taps them on the shoulder with a knife. So that was fun. There might be a possibility we're putting another spin on that. More therapists might be turkeys. There might be other objectives out there.
Bunch of overweight turkeys.
Do you guys do the noise like
Yes,
Okay,
that's how they found me the first time. So
nice.
we definitely try to have fun with that. Not going to give too much away for the Christmas game yet, but we will say last year we gave away over $5,000 worth of 4,000.
4,000.
Okay, numbers
Liars!
keep changing. All right, I was told 5. It's probably more around 4. So we gave away.
Did Mongo tell you 5?
Yes.
So 4.
So we gave away over $4,000 worth of stuff, and that was just for the regular show up, pay $20 and you get in kind of a thing. This is something we try to do every year. We try and grab as many sponsors as we can. Say, hey, we're going to be raffling off all this cool stuff. We'll throw your name out there and any gear you want to throw out. We'll try and do an interesting raffle, and everybody seems to really enjoy it. So 'tis the season for giving, and we try to hold to that. That's what I've got to say about our games. Do you have any questions about any of those or that?
Not so much questions. I have statements.
Okay.
All right. I'd like to go to one. I would personally like to see you guys run around like idiots going, gobble, 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 gobble. So
We run around like idiots all the time.
I know, but like this time you're running around like idiots saying gobble, 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 gobble.
Well, looking like turkeys.
I just, I feel like I'll take it too far. Like we'll get to the boiling thing. I'll be like, no, guys, I have to baste him. Mongo, take it up to close.
Okay. So last time we got taken to the boiler, what happened was every time I would get there, people would be like, okay, cool, we've got the turkey secured. Everybody set up a perimeter. Everybody would set up a perimeter, and nobody would leave a hand on me. So I would go around and get away again.
Huh.
What ended up happening was they cut off my feet. So they took off my shoes and threw them in a bush somewhere. So the next time somebody took their hand off, I think we've got video on our phone somewhere, I was crawling around on my knees and elbows trying to get the one person that was trying to get after me, and it looked like kind of a crippled bull trying to attack something, because I was running along on my knees and my elbows trying to pet kill people still. So that was certainly an event.
I will say it has been a long time since I've seen a crippled bull try and mangle someone by the ankle.
with a beak.
With a beak. All right. Well, again, very interesting guys, these team therapists, and very interesting games. Their games. Yeah, I got to say, I actually just saw a shout out from Warfighter Airsoft right before I got on here about how you guys are such a model team. To model your stuff after, but you guys do a lot of stuff that are great for the airsoft community. You guys are very friendly in person, very ingratiating to new players. Your games, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, are ridiculously fun. And you guys also, obviously, you guys take yourselves very seriously. Not really at all.
Yeah.
They do not take themselves seriously, which is really refreshing from time to time, especially with people with facial hair.
I don't even know what to say.
No, I don't even know what to comment on.
I'm blushing.
But there is a photo that I brought up right before the show started where it's Chris from Warfighter Airsoft jumping on Gibby and Jacob's back, or Gibby for short. And Bear, who is not here but is presumably watching, has a look of pain on his face. And I would like you guys to explain.
I'm gonna see. I'll let you explain. I'm gonna try and find the picture.
All right, I'm just going to explain. All right, unless you want to.
Oh, you weren't even there. I don't know why
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
happens.
don't know.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So apparently when Chris jumped on Gibby's back, his knee kind of swung with some force into Tom's what can I say on this?
Liberty Bell?
Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
And so
Groin?
the actual picture was captured with him screaming in pain. And then after that, there was no picture of him laying on the floor. But
fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play. Yeah. No, it's really, in my mind, truly amazing when you get those Liberty Bell shots when someone's just in the midst of their just absolute paingasm. I don't know how to say it particularly, but I know we actually had one recently with Jet at Tim vs. Bob 5 where we're going to take a funny photo. And funny photo for me is cue for I'm going to hit the guy next to me in the nuts. And
Nice.
Jet just lined up right there and just, so God bless him for being a good sport. All right, what other stuff could we talk about?
CF.
Good. So we heard you guys donated to cystic fibrosis.
That is correct.
That's correct. All right. For those of you that don't know, we tried to get the San Diego Airsoft community together to donate to a disease. Donate to find a cure for the disease that is cystic fibrosis. It's my girlfriend unfortunately has it, so we all got together, those who could, tried to raise money and go out for a walk. We actually got $852 without her knowing. So we were. It was very difficult to try and get a whole bunch of people together to be like, hey, let's go raise money for something, and without being able to put everything all over Facebook. So we went out, we went to a couple events, and we did very well.
You guys also made T-shirts too.
We did. We
Yeah.
did make T-shirts. Unfortunately, forgot to bring those out. So
No!
yeah, I'm sorry.
Quite legit.
For those of you that don't know what cystic fibrosis is, just a really quick overview. It affects the mucous membrane. So as you can imagine, that's just about everything your body does has to do with mucus. Digestion. It also makes you very prone to lung infections, unfortunately. So this is something that we definitely want to find a cure to, and I think we did a very good job raising money. In the next walk we go to, hopefully we'll be able to raise quite a bit more, being that we're out in the open.
Yes.
So just letting you guys know.
And honestly, I think that's one of the more amazing things about your guys' team is that, you guys are always just kind of in a constant state of giving back, whether it's to, someone you guys know or other folks you don't. I mean, I think that's probably one of my favorite things about your team is that, especially when you don't know the people, you act as if they are your friends or family members or whatnot. Everyone is just part of your community, whether you know them or not. Now, obviously, Ashley, is a different case because, you're dating a new guy. But I don't just touch the leg right there.
I think she's actually watching right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All right, let's do this. I think that's you guys are definitely, I don't know, a seat above a lot of other teams that I know because you guys work so hard to give back to the community instead of just, being a part of it. So I think that's really amazing.
We get so much out of the community as well. It's not necessarily a one-way thing, because every time we go out to a game, every time we go out and play, we like meeting new people. We go out to have fun. So that's what we take in, and we try and give back as much as we can. So that's our way of doing it.
Yeah, that's what we tried to bring to the Rebel training camp too.
Absolutely. And I don't mean to make a joke about this, but you guys give back so much, and I was so happy that you gave back so many rocket shells to the Imperial Guardsmen at Tim vs. Bob 5. I was talking you guys up along with Jet from Desert Fox. We're talking you guys up before you got there, and I know you guys know this, but our viewers might not. But they're like, man, no one's going to be able to hit this buggy with a rocket launcher. And I was like, whoa, you did not say that. You do not know Team Therapists and their Black Point rocket launcher. Black Point, right?
Yeah.
Highly acceptable. So it was really fun to at least kind of temper their expectations of their invincibility, because once you guys showed up and the buggy went live, rocket to the face. I believe
something about them not having a windshield in front of their
and
driver.
no lower face protection, just
yeah,
shooting glasses.
yeah.
So he wasn't too happy about that.
Dude, there was one part of a video. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What was it? From about 60, almost 60 feet away.
It was close.
Black Point.
It was close. They were not happy, but I mean, again, no front protection on the vehicle, no even side protection, and they were actually sitting in the vehicle going, "Oh God, oh no, oh no."
I wonder what that buggy looks like today.
Well, I will say that the driver, at least the guy that I was aware of driving for the majority of the event, is a pretty badass individual from the Coast Guard, and there was one part of the video where they found out that the vehicle actually takes more than one hit. And the heroes were like, "No, you got 2 hits." And the guy who's on the gunner is like, "Oh, we got 2 hits." And the driver's like, "Get in the goddamn gun, Charlie! Start shooting!" Like freaking the hell out because he's real military, and
That's when Gibby was running after him.
I can see.
I have video, like I'm like in the corner dead, and he runs out of the building after he shoots the second rocket and hits, and he's got the black point. If you've ever seen Gibby run, it's just funny. But he's running with the black point, yelling at the driver, "That's 2, that's 2, that's 2."
Yeah.
And then the refs, the 2 refs, there's a lot of refs there. That was a good thing.
Yeah.
You see 2 refs come out of nowhere and stop the buggy, but Gibby's still running after it.
I would like to give a shout out to those refs at GamePod though. They had the quality of their refs was more than excellent. There were a couple disputes that I saw that were quickly handled, and well done. That's my shout out for that.
Absolutely. You certainly cannot have a good op, in my opinion, without a good field staff. I mean, field staff can make or break not only an operation, but a regular day of gameplay. So having, a really good set of staff you can rely on, trust, and just work with to make those good calls is really important. And that's why GamePod, one of the reasons why GamePod was such a great place to play.
Yeah.
I definitely talked with one of the members of game staff, and he had a pedometer. And basically,
like 8 miles.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, man, I've just been walking 8 miles back and forth. I mean, shoot, Bob, like, I don't even want to know how much you've run because, like, I was running back and forth. You guys were running here everywhere. I mean,
did you throw up that game?
I did not.
That's amazing.
Got very close.
When we rescued you, I think you got very close to.
That's the thing is, like, I was running, like, to get back to, to get out of there because I had to get rescued. And there was a part where I was like, all right, I need to start jogging or walking because I'm going to puke if I keep running. And I saw the cameras, and I was like, for appearances. And I jogged all the way over there, and I think Ross came over. He's like, "Bob, what are your thoughts?" I was like, "My thoughts are I can't talk right now. Get away from me. I'm going to puke." And I literally just found a corner somewhere and was waiting for it to happen. Thankfully, did not. So, yeah.
Someone would have slipped in that.
I've never puked on concrete yet, and I'm hoping not to.
There's no wood.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we got it right there. I actually narrowly avoided puking on concrete at Integrity Tactical Solutions event back down in San Diego. They had it at a Blackwater training facility, and I literally got to the edge of the course and then just like ran and slid under their outdoor gate and just puked on the concrete lot. So, get it done. I don't know. So,
speaking of running back and forth in that buggy, I will say that buggy got me back real bad though. I don't know how many of you have seen the video from Bob versus Tim, but there's a moment where Tim's whole force is sitting there getting ready. Yeah, when they charged us, there's a video where their whole team's sitting there getting ready. They're all surrounding the buggy. So there's a pretty good group of them set up there. Well, they were setting up right where I was doing my run. I was go back to spawn in, make this run down this hallway, get a couple people, run back. I was just basically making laps, trying to get as many people as I could. Well, Tim's entire team was around one of the corners that I was getting this run. So in the video, you can see me, and we were all dressed up as minions from Despicable Me, and I was the purple one because I'm crazy and run out and get shot out by Tim's whole team.
Indeed.
So you see this video that they're all sitting there pumped up, run in front, run down this hallway. All you see is this pink or purple hair, purple wig bopping through, and everybody's guns turn and the buggy's guns turn, all focus and follow me as I go down this hallway.
That sounds fun.
I think that's the only time I'm in that video.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's what I'm known for.
Well, we have certainly used your purple wig since then in a variety of different advertisements. So definitely the purple wig, the ponchos. Didn't get an elder placard from you guys at Tim vs. Bob 2, which you weren't even a part of it.
You can have Mongo's overalls.
No, I think I'll pass on that one. So
we can trade.
It's
You
just
didn't get
like
the placard, but you can have that.
it's like sweat and things. So yeah, no, that's all right. I thought it was really cool because I think you were at Tim vs. Bob too?
I was at Tim versus
With
Bob
the bow
2
tie.
before I was on Team Therapist.
That makes
so
sense.
that's why I wasn't dressed up with everybody else.
Oh, you were dressed down.
I was dressing up. I had the bow tie.
Just to be clear, you had shorts,
No, pants.
pants, bow tie,
Pants, bow tie.
face mask,
Pants, bow tie, face mask. It was the Army of Two face mask with
Yes.
a mustache.
and you'll notice I did not mention shirt because there was none.
I think would your editor put in a tagline, the shirtless warrior? I'm sitting there with an M4 that was given to me that day. They said, oh, this was still when I was running around with just a pistol. They're like, hey, you're at a big event and you're running with pistol and 3 max. I'm like, yeah, I'll just, do what I usually do. I'm like, why don't you take this?
Just
all right.
Just do it, Nike. Yeah, yeah. That was that was very bold of you. But I do remember. I just thought it was so cool because that event was my first experiencing team therapists as a unified group working together. And I mean, I remember one, you guys were great on shooting rockets. Like you fire one, drop the rocket launcher, go to the next
First
one.
time
Yeah.
Tim experienced those black points as well.
Oh,
as he
man.
did.
There's a couple videos of Kyle killing everybody.
Oh yeah.
With the
Kyle
black
killed
point.
everybody with the black point. His finger, he jumped up, tried to take a shot, and nothing came out because it was unsafe. Dropped back down again. Finger still on the trigger. Pushes, turns safe off. Boop, kills everybody in the room. It was just wall. It was one of the walls that we could look over that had no roof.
Yeah.
And about 5 feet past that was the armadillo. So we could have just dropped 3 shots and
Yeah.
killed everybody in the room.
I was actually in one of those rooms where you guys shot over the wall into the armadillo. I believe you guys shot 2 or 3 times because I'd actually just peeped in that room. And then you guys rolled in with a rocket launcher. I was like, great, guys, take care of it. It's fine. Great. I'm busy. I'm really busy. But yeah, no, very fun seeing you guys there, especially because you brought the majority of the heavy weapons for our side while dressed in full suits with elder gear. So it was very impressive. And just want to do a shout out to the rest of Team Therapists who couldn't be here. We understand you're at work. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh, there's Gibby right there.
unacceptable. Oh yeah,
Gibby's at school.
Gibby Team Therapist. That does sound like him. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I know we're running out of time, but if we have some questions, we can take the last few minutes to do some Q&A. I saw a pretty good question, a few comments back to you guys. Battlefield 4 or Call of Duty Ghost?
Battlefield 4.
All right, so I've only played Battlefield 4 beta. I haven't played full Battlefield 4 or Call of Duty Ghosts, but
Doesn't matter. All the Call of Duties are the same.
I'm gonna have to say Ghosts just because my experience. Yeah, I'm getting evil eyes from everybody in the room right now. I'm going to say because
I played
Modern Warfare 2, I believe it was. I played quite a few games, territory games, where I would go 60-3.
Whoa!
So
60-3.
I'm gonna say it was FAMAS. My loadout was so cheap. I had FAMAS, heartbeat sensor, underbarrel shotgun, thumper, and I think a run perk, stopping power perk, and some other something to not get seen by radar. So I could see everybody else with a heartbeat sensor. And
nobody
I
could
had
see you.
And nobody could see me.
Ah,
And
okay,
I had the underbarrel shotgun with FAMAS and stopping power
That's pretty legit.
and a thumper. So I had grenades, launcher. Yeah, it was a well-rounded loadout. So that's always gonna hold a place for me.
I
even
remember
though haven't
Riot
played
Shield and
Ghosts.
Thumper. Modern Warfare 2.
Riot Shield. Well, actually, I want to hear Daniel's explanation on this. I mean, I actually played both the Call of Duties and Battlefield 4. I play the Call of Duties mainly for single player because I like how cinematic it feels.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, the single player on the Call of Duty games is a lot longer than on the Battlefield games. I was actually...
I never beat the third one.
I have.
I gave up on it.
Sinner. I just got Battlefield 4, like I know you did too.
Yes.
I actually fell asleep playing the campaign last night and woke up partway through it. It was almost like a video game itself. I was like,
And he beat it because I guess Battlefield 4 is so much.
it's done. No, I wasn't even close to finish, but
He was still at the start menu.
I was not.
I did beat that first campaign mission last night, and that was fun. That was epic.
Yeah.
Super, super epic. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
So we are big fans. I know we actually put Battlefield in the title of this episode, so it's good we're finally getting to it
Yes.
in the last 3 minutes.
I'm supposed to be promoting Battlefield, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, Call of Duty.
It's a lot of fun too. I would actually, you know who you are, but I had a chance to actually play Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox One on Saturday, which was a lot of fun.
Excuse me?
Yes, that happened.
And Bob was not told of
So
this.
I'm still a Battlefield fan, and that's definitely my pick. But Ghost is something to look forward to as well. Like the perk system they have on there is pretty crazy. They changed it up a lot. But besides that, I was playing Little Birds on Battlefield yesterday on multiplayer, and they brought the glory back to the Little Birds. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for about probably 4 hours tonight.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, 6 or 8.
I actually found myself running away from a silo. I was in a building that sounded like it was going to collapse.
Uh-huh.
My buddy D-Day is a Marine. He's like, Bob, you better get out of that building, dog. I was like, all right, D-Day, that's probably a good idea. It's going to collapse. The building collapsed 25 minutes ago. And I ran out, and then I'm like, oh, that's weird. I wonder what's... Oh, and there's this big concrete silo next to it. I was like, oh, that's collapsing. I had to run. And the thing is, it felt like it was turning as it was falling and just following me. I was like, shift, ah! And it just shatters right behind me. So thank God I wasn't lazy and just stood there. But the levolution of the game is amazing. Parasol Storm, the moving sea. It's just all really cool and cinematic, and it feels like you're in your own damn action game.
Yeah, I think Parasol
Action
Storm
movie.
is probably my favorite map right now. Just like you got gunships everywhere and helicopters. I think there was like 6 helicopters in the air at one point, and just like gunships everywhere. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I haven't even played it yet.
Actually, I didn't think I was going to be able to play it because the graphics cards I have are so crappy that I was told I was going to have to run it on complete low, the lowest you could go, and it would barely run. But it actually looked really pretty on low. I was surprised.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
I have just beaten Splinter Cell as of
Ooh,
yesterday.
those are fun.
Oh, shit.
So it's been, 2 months that I've had it. I just beat it.
With the newest.
The
Splinter.
newest
Oh, okay.
one,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant
That's how
the
often
first
I
one.
play.
I was like, oh, wow. That's a long time ago.
Xbox.
Yeah. You still have one. God damn. Actually, my old Xbox the tray wouldn't even open and everything in the firing range.
Oh, there's a trick for that. You just tap those for the 360, right?
Yeah. No, it's for the
Xbox.
original.
Oh, okay. Because I know for my 360, the tray wouldn't open, and there's a trick. I looked it up, and Googled it, and I was like, how do you fix it? They're like, oh, if you tap it and hit it kind of hard, but not too hard, just like a nice little love tap, and it opens up. I'm like, no way. Sure. I was like,
Wow.
that's kind of funny.
I-
So I did that for like 6 months.
That makes me feel smart because I didn't have to Google it. I was just sitting there like, Xbox.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah!
that's probably how they figured it out. They were just
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to play. And you just hit it, and it opens up. So that's pretty funny.
The Russian method. Damn you. Oh, work.
Whatever works.
Indeed. If it's stupid but works, it isn't stupid. Oh, by the way, everyone, Jeremiah says hi.
Hi, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Is one of those that calls in the customer service line pretty frequently and is a nice gentleman. All right, well, I believe we are appearing to get to the end of our show. Once again, make sure to hit up Operation Reclamation on the East Coast. That's a game that's going to be happening November 24th, I believe. Currently available coupon codes are 20 off daily for 20% off. And we do have a mystery box coming up tomorrow at 5 p.m. And once again, this is Nips and Chippendales from Team Therapist. And this is Daniel, and I'm Bob, and this is GITV. I also don't know how to turn off our broadcast. Fun fact.
The little end button, broadcast button.
Oh, I hit the button that says broadcast.
Yeah, I believe that's supposed to end it.
Oh.
That's your